This is Donald Trump. Remember, the buck starts here, and you... This is Donald Trump telling you to think big. I'm Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump. I've got people to, you know, I'm not exactly crazy about having to tell you what. So, you know, let's get, well, fuck. This is Donald Trump telling, whoops. You're fired. Got it. That was a tough one. Hey, yeah. Is this it? I'm Donald Trump reminding, whoops.
It's with a great pleasure that I introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, the Chino Sisters.
Okay, I might hear a little bit of noise here.
Let us pray. Eternal Lord, we are thankful for this country. In your name, Lord Jesus, we pray. Amen. Let me make it very clear. Governor Jeb Bush will be a great president of the United States of America.
We're 17 months from the time for choosing. The stakes for America's future are about as great as they come. Our prosperity, From the beginning, our president and his foreign policy team have been so eager to be the history makers that they have failed to be the peacemakers. It's a tragedy, played out over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you today my father, Donald J. Trump.
That is some group of people, thousands. So nice, thank you very much. That's really nice, thank you. China is eating up large portions of dogs. And it only makes common sense. Thank you. It's true. They are not our friend, believe me. Somebody said, thank you, darling. Somebody said to me the other day, a reporter, very nice reporter, but Mr. Trump, we're dying. We're dying. We need money. What do? So I said to myself, you know, I hire people, they do a website, it costs me $3. I'm running. For President of the United States, I have so many websites, I have them all over the place. And we are going to make our country great again. It's so nice to say I'm running as opposed to if I run, I'm running. We need somebody that can take the brand of the United States and make it great again. It's not great again. Under President Trump, here's what would happen. God is dead. Dead. He's very stupid. Dead. We will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Live from the University of Colorado in Boulder, the Republican presidential debate.
Ms. Fiorina, I'd like to ask you a question. You are running for president of the United States. I just wondered why you think we should hire you now.
I may not be your dream candidate. What we need now is a proven leader who has produced...
Thank you. We're out of time. Thank you, Mrs. Fiorina.
Well, first of all, this is a bunch of crap. And that's really a theme of a lot of the things that I'm talking about. In order to help us to be able to live healthier and better lives.
I love Trump's tax plan. We're going to build a wall. We can do a wall, and it's something that can be done. We're going to build a wall. We're going to do a wall. We're going to have a big, fat, beautiful door right in the middle of the wall so we can get the hell out of here. Not bad. Not bad.
Senator Paul, let's go back to you. Do these solutions sound like they work?
Say again?
Do these solutions sound like they would work?
All right.
We're going to build a wall, and Mexico's going to pay for the wall. People say, oh, how are you going to get Mexico to pay? I have a permit to carry, and Mexico's going to pay for the wall.
Can I bring something up here? I'll give them a warm kiss.
I was told that I didn't smile enough.
I was told that I didn't smile enough.
Fixed it.
That our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled...
The national anthem, beautifully sung.
Governor Bush, how important is tax reform?
It is, I'd say it is.
Wait a minute. Hold it, you dummies. As I say, my expression is, let's make America great again. We have a country that's going to hell, and we have to start investing money in our country.
Thank you, sir.
Donald is wrong on this. He is absolutely wrong on this.
Dr. Carson, if I may, just on that point.
I was in Washington, Iowa, about 3 months ago, talking about how bad Washington, D.C. is. It was to get the kind of the... Anyway.
Governor, but can I just quickly say, you can't seriously guarantee that there won't be another financial crisis, can you?
If you could, if you were serious about it.
Ever?
For goodness sake.
Thank you. I will build a wall. I will build a wall. It'll be a great wall. And if I'm president, we have to do one thing at a time. We can't be fighting ISIS and fighting Assad. Assad is fighting ISIS. He's fighting ISIS. Russia's fighting now ISIS. Assad is fighting ISIS. He's fighting ISIS. Assad is fighting ISIS. We have to do one thing at a time. We can't be fighting ISIS. He's fighting ISIS. But we can't be fighting Assad. We have a country or we don't have a country. But we can't be fighting everybody at one time.
Christine. I would not talk to Vladimir Putin. In fact, I would talk to Vladimir Putin a lot. And I'd say to him, listen, Mr. President, and I say to him, you have a friend again, sir.
I completely agree with Chris. And this administration has been so lax. Think about it. Think about it. I will lead this country in a way that will create greater security and greater safety.
Governor Bush, nobody cares. Governor Bush, nobody cares. Governor Bush, respect what I say. Nobody cares.
Guess what? You know what a leader does? A leader brings people together to solve problems.
In my opinion, nobody cares.
So let's get started. Senator Cruz, before we get to the issues, let's address the elephant not in the room tonight. Donald Trump has chosen not to attend this evening's presidential debate.
Wait a minute. Hold it, you dummies. Jeff is a mess. You really think you're a good leader? I don't.
Governor Bush, how do you answer?
Well, first of all, I think it's important that when we're running for the highest office in the land, that we recognize that we're living.
You really think you're a good leader? Governor Bush, I have no choice but to tell you. You're fired. It's not like I don't have better things to do with my time. In fact, I probably could have bought at least 10 buildings in the time, and I've been talking to you all of this. Well, fuck. Governor Bush. You're fired.
I like Marco Rubio, and he's a smart person and a good guy. And by the way, I like Kasich's record too. He's a good governor. God bless you.
Governor Bush, I'll mention your name so that you can come in on this. And I do want to bring you into this.
Do. Thank you.
Let me talk. Quiet. Jeff is a mess. Jeff is a waste. Jeff is a mess.
Governor Bush, we need someone who has a proven record to take our case to the American people. And I'm the guy that could do that. Peyton Manning's supporting me. And many other people that know that I would be a steady commander-in-chief.
Well, I'll tell you what. It'll never happen. I will win the election, and we will win it by a lot. We will win, and we will win, and we will win, and we will win, and we will win.
Peyton Manning's supporting me. I met him, and he's voting for me.
Well, let me say a couple of things. First of all, Jeff is a mess.
No.
Jeff is a waste.
No. No. You. No.
Jeff is a mess.
No.
And it looked like he was looking right at me right there. Jeff is a waste.
Listen, repealing Obamacare is not going to be easy. Passing a simple flat tax and abolishing the IRS is not going to be easy. But if we stand with the American people, we can do it.
Dr. Carson.
Thank you for including me in the debate.
Governor Bush, I want to.
Yes. Yeah.
You have said illegal immigrants, quote, broke the law. What does that mean to you, and how does that inform your approach to immigration reform?
Great question.
Jeff is a mess. Jeb Bush is the weakest person on the stage by far. Jeb is a waste, and everybody knows it. He is so weak, it's laughable. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a big fat mistake.
I gotta tell you, this is just crazy, huh? This is just nuts, okay? Jeez, oh man. Jeez, oh man.
You know, this is the standard operating procedure to disparage me. That's fine. I don't really...
Excuse me, Jeb. Jeb is a big fat mess.
Okay, Governor Bush, I'd like to ask
I got to respond to this. The reason why I should be president is... Great question. The reason why I should be president, I feel like I have to...
Excuse me. 2 days ago, he said he would take his pants off and moon everybody. Nasty guy. He's a nasty guy. Jeb is a nasty guy. I want to tell you, I don't often agree with Marco, and I don't often agree with Ted, but I get along with everybody. But I say this every night, every day, every afternoon, and it's so true. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. Jeb is a big fat mess.
The people of Iowa and New Hampshire and South Carolina have spoken, and I really respect their decision. So tonight, I am suspending my campaign. Yeah. But no matter what the future holds, here's the greatest safety landing if you can imagine. Tonight, I'm going to sleep with the best friend I have and the love of my life.
Please clap. I can complete a sentence in the English language pretty well. I got a standing ovation in front of 500 people because I can actually complete a sentence. It's easy in the digitized word to take things completely out of context.
What a mistake!
I'm wearing my hoodie. Eat your heart out, Zuckerberg. I'm wearing my hoodie.
What a mess.
The worst Father's Day present I've ever gotten was from my sons that gave me a book about weight loss. I was really offended and embarrassed.
Jeb is a waste.
I love you. You're a good little moose.
Jeb is a mess.
You're a good little moose. It requires a lot more work than it needs to. It's not as intuitive as the other Apple products. The battery gets out too quick. I don't have time to learn all the applications.
Jeb is a mess.
MacBook Pro, baby. iPhone.
I watched 2 and I watched 3.
Jeb is a mess. Boycott Apple. Boycott Jeb Bush. How do you like that? I just thought of it. Boycott Apple. Here's the thing. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a mess. Hold it, you dummies. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. Jeb is a mess.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to run for the greatest office on the face of the earth. I love you all. God bless you.
I like keeping our country safe.
Welcome back to the University of Houston and the Republican presidential debate. The candidates, they are now in place. We'd also like to welcome a very special guest with us, the 41st President of the United States, George Herbert Walker Bush, and former First Lady Barbara Bush. Mr. Trump.
I'm a negotiator. I've done very well over the years. In all fairness, Marco is not a negotiator. I watched him melt down, and I'll tell you, it was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. It was one of the saddest things I've ever seen. It was one of the saddest things I've ever seen.
Now he's repeating himself.
No, I'm not repeating. No.
I saw you repeat yourself 5 times 5 seconds ago.
I watched him.
All of you want to repeal and replace Obamacare, so let's talk about your plans, specific plans to replace it. Mr. Trump.
I do not want socialized medicine.
Let's talk about the economy. Let's talk about the economy.
Wolf, does everyone get to address Obamacare but me?
I want to move on, but there'll be plenty of opportunities for you to address.
It's kind of an issue I have a long history with.
I know you do it. And all right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Don't get nervous. Go ahead.
I promise you, Donald, there's nothing about you that makes anyone nervous.
You're losing so badly.
Mr. Trump.
Nobody knows politicians better than I do. Hi.
I am sick and tired of him going after my family. My dad is the greatest man alive in my mind. And while Donald Trump was building a reality TV show, my brother was building a security apparatus to keep us safe, and I'm proud of what he did.
Let me just say this. Look, Jeb is a mess. Jeb is a waste. Jeb is a mess.
My mom is the strongest woman I know.
Tonight, there are just 4 candidates on the stage. Here they are. Businessman Donald Trump, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, and Ohio Governor John Kasich.
Senator Rubio, what happened in Flint was a terrible thing. It was a systemic breakdown at every level of government, at both the federal and partially at both the state and partially at the
Excuse me. The real con artist is Senator Marco Rubio, this little guy. I keep hearing that he's the only one that can beat me, but he's getting beaten very, very badly. So where does this come from? Where does it come from? CNN just came out with a poll 2 days ago. A national poll, excuse me.
Donald Trump in 2008 wrote 4 checks to elect Hillary Clinton as president.
And that was because of the fact that I'm in business. I did support very heavily Ronald Reagan. I also supported George Bush, by the way.
Mr. Trump.
But what would you say
stand by,
to Hillary Clinton on the
Senator Cruz.
when you wrote her a check in 2008, wrote her 4 checks?
Let me tell you something, Ted. Ted is a mess. You have to be able to have some flexibility, some negotiation.
Let me point out, I understand the folks who are supporting Donald right now. You're angry at Washington, and he uses angry rhetoric.
Ted is a mess. This little guy is a waste. I also happen to call him a lightweight, okay, and I have said that, so I would like to take that back. He's really not that much of a lightweight. This little guy is a mess.
Let me take a moment, Chris, to go back to this exchange that was going on. I've rolled out a detailed plan to cut $500 billion in federal spending, specifying exactly what I would cut.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Mr. Trump. The floor is yours.
Ted is a mess. This little guy is a waste.
Let's stop fighting. 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 Let's stop fighting.
Honestly, Kasich should not be allowed to run. Why is a guy allowed to run? All he's doing is just he goes from place to place and loses, and he keeps running. He doesn't have to run and take my votes, because he's taking my votes. He's taking my votes. Kasich should not be allowed to run.
Listen.
Kasich should not be allowed to run.
Hey.
I didn't start it. Because here's a guy that just says, I'm going to stay. Like a stubborn, like if you have a child who's a spoiled brat, where they go, I don't care, Daddy.
Jeez, oh man.
I don't care, Daddy. This is like a spoiled guy. I don't care, Daddy. And then you see him eating in the morning. You ever see? I have never seen. He's stuffing pancakes in his mouth like this. He puts pancakes this big in his mouth and he's shoving them in.
Nasty guy. He's a nasty guy.
People say, why does he stay in the race? What, am I supposed to get out and leave it to these guys?
Get him the hell out of here.
Jesus, man.
As I suspend my campaign today, I have renewed faith that the Lord will show me the way forward and fulfill the purpose of my life. Thank you, and God bless.
Jeez, oh man. Jeez, oh man. Jeez, oh man.
We left it all on the field in Indiana. We gave it everything we've got, but the voters chose another path. And so, with a heavy heart, we are suspending our campaign.
Get him the hell out of here. Get him out of here. Get out. Yeah, get him out. Get him out of here.
I'm going to tell you what I really think of Donald Trump. This man is a pathological liar. He doesn't know the difference between truth and lies. He lies practically every word that comes out of his mouth.
Lion Ted Cruz. I call him. I nicknamed him Lion. I say lion. How would you spell that? L-Y-E-N. Lion. With a big apostrophe.
He went after Heidi directly and smeared my wife, attacked her. Apparently, she's not pretty enough for Donald Trump.
She's a pretty woman?
Donald has a real problem with women.
Lion Ted.
Lion Ted.
Lion Ted Cruz.
Lion Ted Cruz.
Lion Ted.
Lion Ted.
He's a liar.
Lion Ted. Once again, Lion Ted.
Time to drop out. Time to drop out.
Lion Ted. Lion Ted. Lion Ted. Jeez, oh man. Let's stop fighting. Let's stop fighting. Let's stop fighting.
Lion Ted is a mess. Kasich is a waste. Bye-bye. Corey, good job, Corey. And I have to say it that number one, I want to congratulate Marco Rubio on having run a really tough campaign. He's tough, he's smart, and he's got a great future. He's got a great future. But I have to say, I think he's an overrated person. I don't think he's going to make it. He's nowhere in the polls. You know, I called him a lightweight. I said at one point he was a lightweight. This lightweight Rubio, I call him lightweight Rubio. I watched it, and I'm sitting here, and he's over here. Somebody on my left, doesn't matter. And he's over here, and I see him starting to sweat. Like I have never seen anything like it. Thank God he has really large ears, the biggest ears I've ever seen. Because they were protecting him. It was going, oh, he was sitting right there. No, he was soaking wet. He was wet. Boy, I say, what the hell's going on over here? I thought he just came out of a swimming pool. He was soaking. No, when we get in with Putin, we need people that don't sweat. I said, wow. I said, are you okay? This guy was sweating so badly. Oh, he was sweating Honestly, it was disgusting, all right?
It's Rubio.
This little guy, total disaster, which, by the way, Marco is a waste.
I have a policy question for you, sir.
Let's see if he answers it.
I will. Don't worry about it, Marco. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will. Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you all for everything. I want to begin by I haven't had a chance to speak to him yet, but I want to congratulate Donald Trump on his victory, a big victory in Florida.
Marco is a mess.
I want to congratulate.
What?
I want to congratulate Donald Trump.
What?
I want to congratulate Donald Trump on a big victory in Florida.
This is Donald Trump telling you to think big and live large. And this little guy is terminated. You're fired. Chris, thank you very much. I appreciate it. This has been an amazing evening. We're going to make America great again, folks. We're going to make it great again. And, you know, I watched Hillary's speech, and she wants to make America whole again. And I'm trying to figure out, what is that all about? Make America great again is going to be much better than making America whole again. I have thousands of people that work for me right now that are Hispanic. I've had thousands and 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 thousands. Those people were so incredible to me. And I'm going to do great with the Hispanics.
I'm Hispanic and I vote for Mr. Trump.
We're going to do great with the African Americans. I'm a businessman. I know how to do this. I am a truth teller, and I will tell the truth, okay? Our infrastructure is going to hell. Our roads are going to hell. Our highways are going to hell. Our schools, our hospitals, our airports are going to hell. And the trade deficit's at $400 billion and $500 billion, 6 or 7 or 8 or 9. And frankly, I think that's fine. As far as I'm concerned, it's fine. And I get along great with the Hispanics. You saw. You can't talk. You know, these politicians, all talk, no action. You got to be able to win something. And, you know, I have thousands of employees all over the country, actually all over the world. But for purposes of tonight, we'll just say all over the country. It's been amazing to have so many wonderful employees, some of whom are here tonight. It's been just so beautiful to watch this company grow and to watch it grow so strongly. Recent articles came out talking about how great a company we built.
Sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut up. Sit down and shut up.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So I'm sure you get this question a lot, but why did you endorse Donald Trump?
Well, you know, when I dropped out...
Why would you align yourself with that? You're Ben Carson.
Well, you know, you have to look at the...
You're Ben Carson. Why did you endorse Donald Trump? You're Ben Carson. You're so much better than this.
Well, you know, you have to look at his family. I always say one of the ways that you measure a person
sir, I hate to ask this question, but you're Ben Carson. You have aligned yourself with the man who has bashed women, made countless racist remarks. He's a racist.
You know, I was going to remain neutral.
You're Ben Carson. You're Ben Carson. This guy is, I'm sorry, he's a racist.
He was a doctor, perhaps an okay doctor, by the way.
Why did you endorse Donald Trump?
Actually, I think Ben Carson is lower energy than Jeb, if you want to know the truth.
Ben Carson, you're talking about his faith. You look at his faith, and I think you're not going to find so much.
He goes into the bathroom for a couple of hours, and he comes out, and now he's religious. Give me a break. Give me a break. It's such an honor to have Ben. He's a friend. He's become a friend. How stupid are the people of the country to believe this crap? What the hell have we come to? What have we come to? Ben Carson is a complete and total loser. I really appreciate the endorsement, Ben. Thank you.
Has he said some things that I wouldn't say or that you wouldn't say? Of course.
But why did you endorse Donald Trump?
Now, some people have said, well, why would you get behind a man like Donald Trump? And some people said, but, well, you know, he said terrible things about you. How can you support him? Well, first of all, we buried the hatchet. I've come to know Donald Trump. There are two different Donald Trumps.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Candidates, you can now take your positions behind the podiums while I briefly explain the rules. As moderator, I will attempt to guide the discussion, asking questions and follow-up. Mr. Trump.
One of the biggest political events anywhere in the world is happening right now with the Republican Party. I want you to understand that the Democrats, and I've watched them very intensely, even though it's a very, very boring thing to watch. We don't fight like we used to fight. We used to fight to win. Now we fight for no reason whatsoever. We don't even know what we're doing. Let me talk. Quiet. This is Donald Trump. I have no choice but to tell you, we do not need low energy. This is Donald Trump. You really think you're a good leader? I don't. Donald Trump is lower energy than Jeb, if you want to know the truth. We need strong energy. I will tell you something. Donald Trump is a mess. Donald Trump is a waste. We do not need low energy. Donald Trump is a mess. Is a mess.
So who will be Donald Trump's vice president? Will it be Jesse Ventura? Personally, I think that would just be an awesome ticket. A Trump-Ventura ticket, personally, would just be awesome.
Double down on the reality star thing. Mike Rowe, he's been speaking for this working class voter longer than Donald Trump has. Just go for it.
And what about you, Andre? Who would you pick?
Well, of course, I'd pick me.
All right, there you go.
I think the best choice might be, in fact, Donald Trump as president, Ted Cruz as VP.
John Kasich is the only candidate that Trump did not give a derogatory nickname to during the primary campaign, and so that may be a hint that he's in consideration as well.
Is there any possibility that he'll team up with you? I know he says he wants someone with political experience. Has he talked to you about it? And if so, would you do it?
Would the campaign slogan be vote for Big Don and Little Marco?
Marco has been very supportive. Many people have been great. Jeff Sessions, Senator Jeff Sessions. Sarah Palin has been from day one incredible. Jerry Falwell, Ted Cruz, Chris Christie, who endorsed me. Incredible guy.
I think you'd have to ask Donald. I don't know, ask Donald what he wants.
And by the way, there are no losers, they're all winners. These people are total winners. And I'm ready to make my decision. Donald Trump. Donald Trump is tough, he's smart, he's sharp. He's not going to allow bad things to continue to happen. This is Donald Trump. Remember, the buck starts here. All of the successful people I know have big egos. We will make America great again. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Donald J. Trump.
We've witnessed horror beyond belief, no matter where you look. And now it's happening more and more. And it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. I found the leader who will help us deliver a safe society and a prosperous, really prosperous society. It's really prosperous. Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Mike Pence.
Endorsed somebody else, but it was more of an endorsement for me. He talked about Trump, then he talked about Ted, then he talked about Trump, then he talked about Ted, who's a good guy, by the way, who's going to be speaking at the convention. Ted Cruz, good guy, good guy. And I call him Lion Ted, good guy. But he talked about Trump, Ted, then he went back to Trump. I said, who did he endorse? So, with that, I would like to introduce Governor Mike Pence. So when I see what happened to Indiana with respect to the numbers, that was the single most important point. Also, his predecessor did a great job, by the way. Great job. I would like to introduce
Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Mike Pence.
Mike Pence was my first choice. Believe me, that's it. And you know that I know, and you know that I know the next vice president will be Governor Mike Pence. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank Donald Trump. I accept your invitation to run and serve as Vice President of the United States of America. Where Donald Trump wants to build a wall and temporarily suspend immigration from countries compromised by terrorism, Hillary Clinton plans to ignore the Supreme Court, reimpose executive amnesty, and would increase. Thank you for your support.
Cowardice. Are you serious? Apologies for freedom. I can't handle this. When freedom brings.
Answer your phone.
On your feet. Stand up tall. Freedom's on our shoulders. USA.
So cute.
Enemies of freedom. Face the music. Come on, boys. Take them down. President Donald Trump knows how to make America great. Deal from strength or get crushed every time. Over here, USA. Over there, USA. Freedom and liberty everywhere. Oh, say can you see it's not so easy, but we have to stand up tall and answer freedom's call.
You're fighting.
Thank you. My name is Marco Rubio. I'm from Florida. My wife Jeanette and I are the proud
None of
parent.
us,
We've been married 17
none of
years.
us are a self-professed socialist. I'm Mike Huckabee. I'm delighted to be on this stage with some remarkable fellow Republicans. I think we are, in fact, the A-team. We have some remarkable people. And in fact, not only are we the A-team, we even have our own Mr. T.
In just 3 days, voters here will decide who they think should be the Republican nominee for president. So let's welcome the candidates for the Republican nomination for president. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
Dr. Ben Carson.
Dr. Carson. Dr. Carson. Dr. Carson. Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Dr. Ben Carson, please come out on the stage. He's standing there as well. Dr. Carson. Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Ben Carson, please come out on the stage. Dr. Carson. Please come out on the stage. Dr. Carson.
Former Florida Governor Jeb Bush.
Jeb is a mess. And lastly, we welcome back to the debate stage Donald Trump. Ben Carson, please come out on the stage. Dr. Carson. Ben Carson. Dr. Carson. Dr. Carson. Dr. Carson.